Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Mary Lee. It's good to have you with us. Coming up in this week's program, we see how Tzu Chi volunteers in New York are bringing the Sutra of Profound Gratitude to parents to life. We visit volunteers in China as they continue to hand out New Shoot Scholarship to students in Guangdong's Heping County. And we've traveled to Singapore as the Tzu Chi volunteers set up 2 new recycling stations to make the country a cleaner place. We start today's show in the United States, where Tzu Chi New York chapter, after 3 months of rehearsals and practices, finally took to the stage to perform the Sutra of Profound Gratitude towards parents, or Sutra of Filial Piety, at the Queen's College. The performance incorporated modern elements, and even the mayor of the borough of South Toms River in New Jersey, Joseph Champagne, was invited to play the role of Ananda. Champagne said it was an honor for him to play such an important and close disciple of Buddha, and even invited his family and friends to come watch him perform.
The soft posture with both hands gently caressing the stomach portrays the joys of a pregnant mother. I come from a dance background, so I know there are certain things which cannot be expressed with words. It can only be sensed and conveyed through dance. Through body movements, we can portray the greatness of our mothers, and as children, how blessed we are. In this performance, the mayor of South Toms River Borough in New Jersey, Joseph McCandle Champagne, accepted Tzu Chi's invitation to portray the role of Buddha's disciple, Ananda.
I was invited to participate and play this great character called Ananda, and it is really an honor for me to play this character, because from what I've learned, Ananda is the closest disciple of Buddha. So it is a very important position to play, and I'm very honored to be here to play that character.
Mayor Champagne not only took part in the performance, but he brought his family and friends to watch the performance as well.
Oh, I like the play. He was very good. Not because he's a husband, he was very good.
I enjoyed it very much. It made me think about my mother who passed 2 months ago. Wonderful.
There is a spirituality component in the show that is missing in America. And I think this should be seen by a lot of people all over the world.
10 years ago, when the New York Tzu Chi chapter performed this Sutra of Filial Piety in our communities, it moved many people. A decade later, we took this Sutra to stage again, hoping to move more people.
Although the show came to an end, the Sutra of Filial Piety has triggered sentiments in many hearts, and behind each tear is the endless love for parents.
Continuing on our last story, in preparation for the performance, New York Tzu Chi chapter mobilized 200 volunteers to perform on stage and 250 volunteers to work behind the scenes. In fact, most volunteers wore multiple hats. Everyone carried out their duties to the fullest to ensure that their guests will be able to experience the profound significance of this sutra.
As some volunteers are preparing meals, other volunteers work to decorate the stage and venue, while also setting up the lighting and audio equipment. Over 250 volunteers from the New York Tzu Chi chapter rehearsed day and night to perfect their performance. On the day, volunteers arrived in the early hours of the morning to start preparations, hoping to impress upon their 1,800 guests the profound significance of the Sutra of Filial Piety. of mother that moved most in the audience. Tears and longing for their own loved ones intertwined in this moment.
When she gets older and, when she can't really take care of herself, the best thing for me to do is, to be there for her, how she was for me when I was a kid.
When filial towards our parents, our children will be filial to us as well. I'm very happy to be here with my children today. I believe not only myself, but my children were deeply inspired by today's performance.
It's not Mother's Day, but, I love you, Mom. Thank you for everything.
When the trees want peace, why won't the winds blow cease? When we look back, where have our parents gone? How can one express gratitude towards their parents? After having attended the performance, the answer already lies in the hearts of many.
Staying in the United States, Tzu Chi volunteers in California recently invited a group of engineers to join them for lunch. The luncheon was an excellent chance for everyone to come together to share ideas on how to reduce job pressures and add meaning to their lives. For those working in the high-tech industry, long hours and workplace pressures are commonplace. Recently, a group of engineers got together during their lunch break to share how they each deal with workplace pressures.
Work should not be how long you have worked, but how much you have accomplished. This company encourages us to finish our projects quickly so we still have time to attend class and study new things and then think about how to further simplify our job duties.
For engineer Chen Hongchen, less overtime means he no longer has to catch up on sleep during the weekend, but can volunteer at team events.
Usually you are just surrounded by unfeeling machines, but when you go out there, you are interacting with people and can see how fortunate you really are. After joining Tzu Chi, I haven't stopped learning or exercising, but I'm more happy because what you are doing is not your job. It introduces a different sort of entertainment into your life, which eventually brings joy to whatever you are doing.
At this luncheon, in which 7 volunteers each invited a friend working in the high-tech industry, experiences are shared and everyone goes home wiser and happier. In China, Tzu Chi volunteers are visiting some of the more remote areas to hand out New Shoot scholarships to underprivileged students, like those in Guangdong's Heping County. And in Fujian, volunteers conducted home visitations.
Lift your head high, don't let this get you down, okay?
Dai Jiebing is devastated by the loss of his father, who was also the main provider for the family. Although the pain will take time to heal, at least the family now has Tzu Chi by its side. The situation is the same at the house of Han Aijing. Hugging the visiting volunteers, Han Aijing is reminded of the times with her now deceased father. Chou Li Chao's father was severely burned, leaving Chou in a state of constant worry and turmoil. Volunteers help bring peace to his heart.
You need to take suffering and see it as tonic given to us by God for our own good.
So happy to have you all here today. Thank you.
Although the visits don't change the fact that these families suffer from extreme poverty, they do help them find a positive outlook and the courage to go on.
Come again, and thank you all.
Here in Guangdong, students leave a deep impression on the visiting volunteers.
It is about helping others or being helped. Now we are the one being helped, but I hope in the future it will be us to help others.
In September, volunteers introduced recycling into the school. On their return visit, volunteers and students alike got on stage to share their experiences in recycling.
We collected a lot of discarded batteries, and it is our pleasure that today we can hand over these batteries to you volunteers.
We need to use reusable utensils.
In order to protect the earth, this group of students has already started doing their best. In Malaysia, the Malacca Tzu Chi chapter held a parent and child workshop before the New Shoot Scholarship Awards ceremony. At the workshop, volunteers arranged activities and taught children to appreciate, respect, and love their parents. After watching how Indonesian kids look for things to eat in a mountain of rubbish, these children start to reflect on their own situation. Thanks to their parents, they do not have to worry about food.
When we feel blessed, don't forget to thank our parents.
Before the New Shoot Scholarship Awards ceremony, 120 recipients and their parents were invited to take part in a parent and child workshop, in which Tzu Chi volunteers prepared classes hoping to guide children to kindness. In the drama, these children often get angry at their grandfather and end up sending him to a nursing home. The play makes one fifth grader, Lin Jianhao, regret how he has treated his mother.
Mom, I'm sorry. I love you, Mom. Thank you for everything you've done for me. I didn't cherish it at all.
Children also write cards to express their appreciation. The touching words means much to the single parent.
Thank you, Mom. Although Dad has passed away, Brother and I will be filial to you. I will study hard to reciprocate what you have done for me. I am so touched by these few words.
These children are blessed because they have learned to show respect and love. The genuine interaction between parents and children has made this workshop one full of love. Moving to Indonesia, second grader Celestia Hillary was inspired by last year's Water Repentance Sutra performance and adopted a vegetarian diet. Since then, she has encouraged her family and friends to become vegetarian as well.
This girl with two breaded plates is Celestia. She was once a very timid girl, but since she became a student at the Tzu Chi school in Zhenkaren, she has become cheerful and friendly. Celestia learned sign language from her teacher, hoping to extend her blessings to the seniors students at their graduation ceremony.
The meaning behind this song is that we should be grateful and content. I have wonderful friends who care for me and teachers and parents who love me, so I am really grateful.
Practicing sign language songs has transformed Celestia's life. Not only is she more self-confident in class and liked by all her classmates, but in the eyes of her teachers, she is a role model as well.
Celestia is a very filial child. She has an honest and pure personality and cares a lot for her classmates. She's very responsible and is an example for all her classmates.
Because of the Water Repentance Sutra performance last year, Tzu Chi volunteers began promoting vegetarianism at the Tzu Chi school in Zhenkaren, and Celestia was the first to respond to the cause. She has been a vegetarian for over a year now and has encouraged her family and classmates to join her.
We can't eat meat because all animals are so adorable. If we eat meat, it means we have to kill the animals. Since I received my passport for vegetarian land, I haven't eaten meat in over a year, and my mom can cook really delicious vegetables. I also encourage my siblings and classmates to join me.
Celestia is a kind and obedient child. She helps me with household chores and is very disciplined when it comes to her studies. I fully supported her when she told me she wanted to become a vegetarian. I am very proud to have a daughter like her.
10-year-old Celestia never imagined that she would be able to make such an impact. Her only wish is for more people to join her in safeguarding the earth.
In Singapore, Tzu Chi volunteers set up 2 new recycling stations in the Punggol area to maintain the city's cleanliness image of being the Garden City.
In Singapore's Punggol area, 2 Tzu Chi recycling stations were set up on the same day. From now on, the residents can do recycling downstairs.
Last week, you distributed flyers. I used to throw away unused items, but now I can take them downstairs to you.
我现在可以拿下来了。
Like your bottle, your plastic bag, all can be used. I see. So you can start from your house. Okay, can.
The residents gathered together to listen to Tzu Chi volunteers as they explain the importance of environmental protection and recycling.
The tire is worth it. I mean, I was like stamping the cardboards and trying to cut them into pieces, and also try to segregate the colored papers from the hard boards to the soft boards.
Practicing recycling is a good thing that can little by little help the society and the poor.
For years, Tzu Chi's efforts in promoting the practice of recycling have been recognized by local communities. Before the Recycling Day, Member of Parliament Yan Tianbao follows Tzu Chi volunteers as they promote the activity to residents.
I find their feedback is quite positive. In fact, everyone knows they have to practice recycling, while they just don't know where to start. We teach them how to do it in a systematic way. This is good.
Tzu Chi volunteers unite the residents in collecting recyclables to make Singapore worthy of the name Golden City.
Also doing recycling in China is Longyou Recycling Station in Dongguan City of Guangdong Province. The purpose of the recycling station, set up inside a company, is to help their employees release stress while sorting recyclables. The recycling station has also attracted other companies' staff to join in the good work.
Sorting the recyclables regardless of foul odor and sweat, this group of recycling volunteers is all smiles.
I gain happiness when practicing recycling, and we don't ask for anything in return. It is unlike working, when we are constantly thinking about what we can get in return. Coming to the recycling station to sort garbage is like going on a holiday trip.
Treating the trip to the recycling station as a holiday trip, the volunteers even encourage their friends to participate.
These people are here today to do recycling. Before, I drove here by myself, but now we have changed from a small car to a big car, one that can fit 10 people in it.
The Longyou Recycling Station in Dongguan City of Guangdong Province is set inside the factory of a company. The good work of the volunteers has attracted staff from the neighboring company to join in. Along with staff from other companies, Tzu Chi volunteers are also invited to share their experiences on practicing recycling.
At first, everyone didn't understand why employers or employers' wives were sorting garbage. But after today, I understand the spirit behind it, and I admire their determination.
After today's event, I think that I should contribute my share to doing good deeds too.
Beginning from the efforts of one person, the concept of environmentalism has slowly spread into nearby communities.
In Malaysia, Sunny, an Indonesian bride, first came into contact with Tzu Chi when she was diagnosed with kidney failure and needed to undergo dialysis treatment. In 2011, the Malaysia Tzu Chi chapter, in cooperation with the Indonesia Tzu Chi chapter, also helped fulfill Sunny's wish to return home. Once home, Sunny began receiving government subsidies for treatment and asked Tzu Chi to stop providing funding for her.
In 2007, Sunny was diagnosed with renal failure, which required dialysis treatment, and her husband turned to Tzu Chi for assistance. In 2011, Tzu Chi also helped to fulfill Sunny's dream of returning to Indonesia to visit her family, which she had not seen for 17 years.
I had hoped to make money here in Malaysia, but I could not make enough to go back home. Later, when I was diagnosed with renal failure, it became more difficult to go back.
Not only did the Malaysia Tzu Chi chapter subsidize the travel fare, but also informed the Indonesia Tzu Chi chapter to arrange for Sunny's dialysis treatment upon arrival there.
Because of Tzu Chi's help, Sunny was able to have 8 dialysis treatments in 1 month. We are very happy and grateful for Tzu Chi's help.
The compassion of Tzu Chi volunteers deeply moved Sani's family, and they put their gratitude into action and have joined volunteer training, believing that as long as they have the heart, they can reach out to others as well.
Our situation does not allow us to help others financially, but we can help others through our actions and through encouragement.
Before, I was the one that received help from others, and now it is my chance to reach out to help others.
Having acquired permanent residency in Malaysia, Sani became eligible to receive government subsidies for her dialysis treatment and decided to discontinue Tzu Chi's subsidies, hoping the move can help support others in greater need.
Since September, the Butterworth Dialysis Center in Malaysia has been running the campaign of saving a handful of rice to help those in need. The purpose of the event is to raise construction funds for the new dialysis center and education center in Penang. The event was joined by dialysis patient Hong Jing-Qing, who also encouraged her friends to join in the good cause.
In Malaysia, Hong Jing-Qing, a patient at the Butterworth Dialysis Center, is bringing her collected rice to donate to Tzu Chi.
We are gathering everyone's love to help those in need. It's really not much. We just eat 80% and save the other 20% for others.
She told us that we can help the needy by saving rice. We only need to eat 80% and the other 20% we can donate to Tzu Chi.
Penang Tzu Chi volunteers have held many fundraising events to raise construction funds for the new dialysis center and education center in Penang. Other than Hong Jing-Qing, other dialysis patients are also doing what it takes.
这个米要做什么的？要拿来做帮助那个起生中心建起生中心和那个幼稚园，慈济幼稚园。
The volunteers also pass on the idea to care recipient Anjalai. In spite of her difficult living condition, Anjalai still decided to contribute her share to help the needy.
The rice will help those in greater need. Tzu Chi helped me before, so now I want to help others too.
I'm helping others by saving one handful of rice per day.
In spite of her difficult living conditions, dialysis patients and care recipients are still willing to help others, as they know with a giving heart, nothing is impossible.
At the end of the show, we return to the United States to see the aftermath of Superstorm Sandy in Staten Island, New York, where due to flooding and power failures, many residents end up spending the night at the temporary shelter. There are also long lines at the gas station, as many are closed due to electricity problems. Thank you for watching. See you next week.